windows, ride clean. If you ride old, ride slow, candy paint, slamming knees.
Hello again, and welcome to another episode of Not Another IG Model. Of course, if you are subscribed and this is not your first time, then welcome back. But if you are not subscribed, then go ahead and knock it out the way. Hit the subscribe button. And of course, welcome back. Thank you so much for tuning in. Now today, of course, to celebrate Father's Day, I have Big Poppa himself.
Hi.
The one and only dad, my favorite light-skinned man in the world, Big Poppa himself. My dad is here. Hello.
Hi. How y'all doing?
Woo, so we are just, of course, gonna ask Big Poppa a few questions, you know, just to see exactly how he enjoys being a father, how he has enjoyed being a father, and, you know, how it was raising two beautiful children, one of them being myself. So, yeah, we're just gonna go ahead and take it from here, and let's jump right into it.
All right. As she says, I'm her father. My name is Charles.
So professional.
I know, right? I'm originally from Richmond, Virginia, Churchill, and I met her mother doing church session. I was in the choir, she was in the choir.
First of all, he waited for my mom under a tree and stalked her life and wrote her a love letter to express his emotions. So let me tell you something.
What
chivalry. This is a prime example of chivalry at its finest. He wrote my mother a love letter saying, "Hey, I think you're beautiful. I like your silhouette. I would love to take you out on a date."
It worked though. It worked.
Yeah. What did the letter say?
Well, the letter just said her stepfather had transitioned, and the letter just said that I was in prayer for her, and I was sorry for her loss, and that, you know, I would like to see her, you know, outside of the church setting. I wasn't going up to that, you know, because I figured, you know, she was, you know, grieving over her stepfather, so I could get a little sympathy points, you know, with her during that time. Oh yeah, I manipulated it, ain't no question.
Oh, wow.
But look, when you see something that you want to go after by any means necessary.
And I will say this: Mom and Dad met, dated, moved in together, and got married within 12 months, within a calendar year. And they got married on New Year's, which is like super New Year's Eve, which is really cute.
Yes.
But so I guess you know, chivalry won. You courted Mom.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all got married. Mm-hmm. Boom! You found out that you're having a baby boy. What was the first thing that kind of like came to your mind? Because I feel like when a man has a son, I feel like it's like almost like when a woman has a daughter. It's just like, you know, it's like, oh my God, like, you know, how was that feeling when you found out you were having a boy?
Well, first of all, until I got pregnant, it was kind of an awakening for me because I was still a little irresponsible and a bit immature as far as taking care of somebody. Because I've always been on my own, always did what I wanted to do, went where I wanted to go, didn't have to answer to nobody, really. So when I got married, that was a transition, and I focused in on, you know, my wife, and that was good. But then with the addition of a baby, that really kind of take you aback, and you know, you got to focus on some other things because you got to realize that basically it's not about you anymore, it's about the little one that you're bringing into the family. So it was a transition, but when JD came out, I got excited. You know, then when I found I was a boy, I really got excited because, you know, I could do things. I could teach him how to, you know, throw a ball, ride a bike, you know.
Taking to go get haircuts with you.
Yeah, and then it was, you know, another man in the house, you know, to offset the female, you know, so we could dominate, you know what I'm saying?
And then you found out your second child was a girl, and now the house was even again. So I guess when you found out you were having a girl, was it more like, oh my God, I'm about to have a daughter?
Well, yeah. But it was good because me and Cindy had already talked about it, and we was hoping that, when we had our second child, that it would be a girl, because that would offset. You would have a boy first, which was, my desire, and that was completed. Then we would have a girl, and so that kind of completed the whole cycle.
Right.
So the boy at first was good because now that we had a girl, we had somebody that would be able to look out and protect, the girl, be a
Which
big
that
brother.
didn't turn out as planned.
No, that didn't
JD,
turn out too good.
But I will say this, JD did, there were times when JD defended me. Like, I remember when y'all had that baseball game and that boy pushed me off the swing.
Yeah.
JD, he fought, we got in a little scuffle. I feel like JD would pick on me, but if anybody else picked on me or if anybody else did something, then it was just like, oh no, now we got a problem. But he would, of course, he was terrible to me. But
yeah, well,
I feel like that's how it's supposed to be, though.
I was going to say, because it put character in you and it made you independent, even though you had a brother and a family, it made you independent and made you to stand up for yourself, regardless of whether you had a brother or not. Because, if your brother not going to always be there in a location or in the circumstance that you're in, so you got to know how to take care of yourself. Then if you can't handle it, the cavalry is coming. But
okay, you hear that? Y'all come for the kid. The cavalry, okay, is coming. Don't come for me, okay? Because once I get through with you, you got to have round 2 with the cavalry.
But John Tay was, he was a handful even when you was born.
What you mean?
All right. Well, I know your mother's told a story about in the hospital. With JD, we, had.
But first of all, just because I ate a lot. First of all, just because I was a healthy, chunky, cute, adorable
She was
baby,
healthy. She was healthy.
Just because I ate a lot and I was a bigger baby than JD does not mean I was a handful.
Yes, you really was. You really was. You really was. But see, the good thing about it was, Cindy and I had different work schedules. Worked out fine. She worked in the daytime, and I worked at night. So, I would pick up where she left off, and that was good. And just seeing them grow up and seeing them come up as brother and sister, having their little quirky ways. We got some
Quirky.
video.
Am I the quirky one?
Yeah. JD was more quiet, subdued. He'd do his little sneaky stuff, but you would just outright you just do something and get caught and. We knew what you were doing. JD, we had to kind of figure out what JD was doing because he was so secretive. But you were just out there from the beginning. You've always been outspoken. You've always been independent. You always had your idea of how things should go and how people should react around you. In other words, when you come into a room, even as a baby, you captured the attention of the whole room. And you loved it. And you loved it. And you loved it.
That's so sweet of you to say.
But you loved it. Once you found out people would concentrate on you, you just put on a show.
That is true, because when I used to go to the hair salon, I used to, I'd know like every scene of Color Purple, and they would be like, Jonte, do this, do this scene of this movie, or sing this song, or such and such, and I would just go into character,
right.
And
even with this presentation right here, why do you think she's doing it? But I just want you to be happy, and whatever I can do to facilitate that, then that's what I do, because that thing of being hard and being this my daughter, you know what you want, and you can take care of yourself. My role now is, when you were small, my role was to protect you, at any cost. Now my role is not so much to protect you, but to support you. You follow me? So,
that's so cute.
If you make a good decision, I'm supporting, but if you make a decision and it backfires, then I'm there to pick up the pieces and to rectify whatever caused the relationship to backfire.
Yeah.
So, and so far you've been pretty good. You haven't been out there here and there. You're kind of cautious in your choices. The first time, it was just a little trial run, but we're good.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're good. But that's what I do, and I do it with JD's girlfriend too. I don't try to be, no, because if JD picked you, then it's something,
Right.
that he sees in you, and he got a lot of me in him, so I kind of say, okay, I know where that's coming from.
Yeah.
Whether it's physical
I
or
do feel
whatever.
like you and JD are so much alike, and me and Mom are so much alike.
Yeah. And that kind of correlates with the father, daughter, son, mother aspect of it. Because if you notice, even with your pro athletes, when they do something wonderful or historic, they always say, "Hi, Mom," right? But girls are typically more closer with their fathers.
Right.
Because even when y'all was coming up, JD would come home from school, and I said, "Hey, man, what's up?" What's up? But you would come in and want to know about my day.
Right.
Or you would come in and sit and want to tell me about something that happened at school. So we developed that bond.
Right.
Where JD and your mother have a bond.
Yeah.
Because he'll call here. Even now, he'll call and I answer the phone and he'll say, "Hey, Dad, where Mom?" He got a question, but he don't want to. He don't want to talk to me because he's comfortable talking to your mom.
And I feel like growing up, a lot of things that I like now, I feel like started because of like us. So like I really feel like I love music because that's all you used to play. Always play music. Like you would like let me stay up late. Like don't tell your mom. I'm gonna let you stay up late and watch this Bob Marley concert on pay-per-view, watch this Prince concert. And I feel like I love music because like all my early memories of music were with you. Like even like for instance, I love Live PD, I love First 48, and that's because we used to watch all those detective shows. And I love Law and Order SVU. I love that just because that's what kind of we used to do. And now I just be like, I watched Live PD almost all day yesterday.
Yeah, I was here when I saw you.
I love it. It's like the best. But like Columbo, Matlock, all that stuff, like that's kind of what we used to do. So even now, like that's still stuff that I really, really like.
See, my thing with music and things like that came from my mother, my adoptive mother. She used to work she was a domestic worker. And so she used to work for for white people. And when I wasn't in school, she would carry me to work. Well, they had a son that was like a teenager when I was coming. So I had nothing to do, so I would sit and go through his album collection. Now we're talking about a Caucasian, so we're talking about Led Zeppelin, Three Dog Night, Iron Butterfly.
I've never heard of Iron Butterfly.
Yeah, Iron Butterfly was a very good rock band. Google it. It's so, and I came up, under that. So that's all I had to listen to. And I think that's where I got my beat from and my appreciation for all music because, I heard the guitars, which we didn't have, that much of in the black community when I was coming up. I mean, you might have had some drums or whatever, but the exposure to that type of music and to jazz, I was exposed to jazz. So I would come back to the hood and, bring some of the albums back and play them, and they'd be like, "Man, what? The Beatles, Led Zeppelin." And now those things are, kind of popular. But that was my foundation in music, and then, my adopted mother pushed me to sing, because, I grew up in the Holiness Church. So kids weren't allowed to sit on the back pew and play. You had to participate in something. So, my mother was a singer, so I participated in singing.
Dad has a beautiful voice, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
You're
thank
welcome.
You. Let me share with you about the joy I have of being a father. When you're a father and you see your children grow up and become adults, and they are successful, and they have a good reputation in the community, and people, are drawn to them, and they have their own different personalities, and they contribute something to society, and they're good, wholesome people. That Excuse me.
Oh, Dad, don't cry. Give me your hand.
Daddy is.
Oh my goodness. Don't cry.
I said I'm gonna do this.
It's okay.
But that's the ultimate success of being a father. Is raising children that not only are proud of you, but that you can be proud of. So that's my crowning achievement. Out of all I've done, all the places that I've been, I've been, to 4 countries, and I've been all around the world, singing and just traveling and doing missionary work with certain things, and grew up in an environment where I didn't have to be where I am today. I could have been incarcerated. I could have been, in the grave, because I was doing some things that were risky. And a lot of my friends ended up there, and it's just by the grace of God that I didn't. So when I look at the overall route of where I came from and what I'm in now, I'm sitting in a beautiful home, doing this with my beautiful daughter, and I got a son that I'm proud of, and we have a wholesome family unit, and we can walk with our head high, and the Lindsay name means something. It's significant, and it's a legacy that will go on even with my grandchildren and my great-grandchildren. So that's what's special to me.
Yeah.
I didn't mean to make you cry. I didn't want to do that.
It's okay. That was so beautiful. That was beautiful. That was beautiful. That was gonna be my next question, but I guess we kind of knocked.
All right, tough mode.
That was beautiful. That was beautiful.
Yeah. Don't take my kindness for weakness.
Don't take his light-skinnedness for weakness either. And don't take them green eyes for weakness either, okay? He's a stone cold killer. Stone cold killer, okay? Don't play. Don't come around here playing with us because we get emotional from time to time, okay?
Because I usually don't do things like this.
This was fun. This was fun. I mean, even though it got emotional, that's okay. Sometimes you gotta, sometimes you gotta pull it out. Yeah. But I'm glad that we did this. This was fun. I'm glad you did this with me, even though you messed up my makeup a little bit.
Love her makeup.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Well, of course. Thank you all for tuning in and sticking it out with us. Dad, what do you tell the people?
Thank you for joining us.
No, you said like, comment, subscribe.
Oh, I didn't know I was supposed to say that.
Like, comment, subscribe. Yes, to the channel.
To the channel.
Do you want me to put your Instagram on here?
Yes, that's fine.
Okay, so I will put Dad's Instagram. It's very motivational. He, keeps you up with his workouts. He has nice quotes and scriptures. It's very motivational. Go in there, get you some motivation for the day. But this is all for us today. Of course, the Father's Day special with Big Poppa.
I love doing this.
Thanks for stopping by and spending some time with the kid and Big Poppa today. And until next time, wave bye to the people, Dad.
Bye.